Brian Hopkins is a sincerely kind and intelligent person. He defines what an animal advocate is. At our center, of course, he works with cats. You know, he's got a gift like a cat whisperer.
If I had to describe Brian in one word, it would be caring. He just cares. He cares about animals, he cares about people, he cares about me. He's always asking, you know, how's the job going? Do you need any advice? He's always there when we need him. When I have a question about anything, he's there. When I, you know, want feedback about how the cats are doing, he's there. He cares.
We get a lot of volunteers and they're all good, and there's many deserving people. But Brian is one of the people that has been here, wore many hats, but what I respect most about Brian is he is the type of volunteer that gets back with the staff and works directly with the animals, and he's dedicated.
Brian understands the complexity of our operation and that improving animal welfare is more than just helping cats and dogs. It is running a business. It's fundraising. It's working together as a board. It's answering HR questions. He is an invaluable asset as far as the ways he can help me as a director. So when I look at Brian, he's an animal advocate, but I don't always first think about how he advocates for cats. I think about how he advocates for all parts of our mission and everyone that's involved.
He's full of love. He just seems to know the best way to handle things, and he's always willing to go out of his way and make things work for people in a way that's beneficial for everyone involved. You know, for me, I really try to emulate him in everything that I do. He's been so successful in his personal and professional life. He's finally getting to enjoy the benefits of retirement, which, you know, retired being a relative term, seeing how active he still stays in organizations like this.
I love Brian. He, you know, he's my adopted dad. He, not literally, but he, you know, he, like Sandra said, he just always cares about other people, and you know, he will always lend a hand if he can.
Growing up, I saw how loving and caring Dad was, especially to my mother and my brother and our cats and myself. And it's very inspiring to see, and it drives me to bring more love into the world myself.
Well, good evening, and thank you, Board and Pam, for giving me the Gene Thayer Animal Advocacy Award. It's pretty high praise, very flattering to be compared to Gene. He's really one of a kind. He has been kind of a notorious, relentless fundraiser. I really don't think the Maclean Center could have been built without Gene's efforts, both with the original campaign to build the facility, and then when we were deep in debt, the Get Out of Debt campaign. And Gene has been just a tremendous advocate for animals, and such a relentless fundraiser that I think the story about him is that people will see him coming down the sidewalk, they cross the street because they know they're going to get hit up for yet another ask. So I appreciate Gene and everything he's done, and he certainly is a special guy. I wasn't here for the introductory remarks. I'm not attending the event tonight. So I would like to acknowledge some of the things Pam said. I suspect that she mentioned my service on the board as a board member. I've done some work for the board, provided some HR, human resources advice and some legal advice. But what I'd really like to talk about and what I really feel passionate about is the volunteer work I do, and that's connected with really the core mission of the Animal Adoption Center, which is adoption. And that really entails the hard work of taking in the surrendered animals, doing the medical evaluations, conducting the meet and greets with members of the public, and trying to get the animals adopted. It's a difficult process, trying to find match. There's a tremendous program called Meet Your Match, where you fill out a questionnaire and the staff here tries to match you up with an animal that they think would be a good fit for you. Besides all that, the staff has to work on keeping the facility immaculate, and it is a absolutely beautiful facility. If you went to the orientation 6 years ago when it was open, the ribbon cutting, you know that, and if you haven't, I encourage you to come up here again. and see the facility in operation. But the thing I'd like to talk about is volunteering, and staff does a tremendous job. We got a $5 million facility run by Pam and a bunch of really talented, hardworking young women. But what we really need is volunteers. And I guess this is my ask of you as people attending this function, is that you might consider volunteering here. It's critical for volunteers to come in because volunteers help the animals get acclimated. It's a very stressful experience for animals to be surrendered and to move into this kind of an environment. Even though it is a first-class facility, it is still not a home for them. They are homeless animals. And it is really important in getting them acclimated. For example, I'm a cat volunteer. I think everyone knows that. And as you work with the cats, you let them display their unique personalities as they relax and get adjusted here. Some like to walk around, some like to sit on your lap, some like to chase toys, some like to be brushed, and it just really is a matter of trying to find the unique personality that the animal has and letting them display it. And as they do that, as they get comfortable and as they show their personality, they are more suitable for getting adopted and making an adjustment to a home. So I'm not like Gene. I'm not going to make the financial ask of you. I'm going to make the ask if some of you would see fit to come in and volunteer, maybe 1 or 2 hours every month or two. I think you'd find it very rewarding, and you'd be doing a great thing. I think you'd find it very heartwarming to see how well this facility is run, what a great staff is here. And if you can't make it into volunteer, even if you could just come in and walk around and check out the facility in operation. If you came to the ribbon cutting and haven't come since then, come again. See what a great facility in operation it is. So I've probably talked enough. What I'd like to say is I thank the board, Pam, the Furball Committee, staff for their support, for giving me this award, and I thank them for their advocacy for homeless animals. Again, thank you for your time.